Hello, my name is Liza, and today I'm going to share with you how I made Rudolph's barn. Rudolph's been around quite a while, and he's no longer a young deer. He has full-size antlers. You've seen me make scenes out of the DollarTree houses before. You might recall these two in past videos. This time I'm going to just use one of the shadow box art pieces. I did remove the circle from the inside of the box. I also used some craft sticks, paint sticks that I picked up at either Home Depot or Lowe's, a few of the tower game blocks, this reindeer ornament. I took a paint stick and I cut it up and tried to form what I would think that the barn roof would look like. Then I laid it down on a piece of copy paper, traced it, I folded the piece of paper in half, and then I cut it out so that both sides would be symmetrical. Once that template was done, I placed it on a piece of cereal box, cardboard, and traced it and cut it out. I laid the pieces of paint stick down, and I used duct tape to connect the pieces together. This way they're together, but they're pliable, so I could form the shape of the barn. I highly recommend using a silicone sheet when using hot glue, and I glued my roof to the cardboard. This is what the back looks like once you have it all glued together. And this is what the inside looks like once it's all glued together. Don't be afraid to use a lot of hot glue inside, because of course this is all going to be covered up. Then I took some craft sticks, and I needed a smaller popsicle stick also, and I laid them at the top and flipped the box over, and I traced the roof line on the popsicle sticks so that I could use scissors to cut them into the shape. And as you can see, it fits perfectly on the roof. Next, I painted the trim white. The outside of the frame is red. The roof is black and the trim is white, even though that ends up getting covered up later. While I was painting, I also used some mineral chalk paint to change the color of the reindeer. I found an image doing a Google search of an inside of a barn, and I copy and pasted it into Word, and I resized it and cut it down to fit inside the box. Now, so that the red piece that we're going to put on the top would lay flush, I used 3 Jenga blocks, hot glued them together, and laid them in the top so that I could glue that red piece that we made with the craft sticks directly onto it. Instead of using popsicle sticks for trim, I kind of cheated and used 1/4-inch pieces of white cardstock. And I just made the outline on the top of the roof part. As you can see, it's much easier to use this scissor than a miter box. Then I took some craft sticks and I laid them across. I used 7, but I kind of wish I used 8 because it was a little too perfect fitting and it needed to overlap, but I'll show you how I fix that later. Next, I put the reindeer head in temporarily so that I could size how short or long the pieces needed to be. I ended up using 3 more craft sticks for the Dutch doors up on the top. I also laid a popsicle stick across the bottom portion so it would be like a ledge. I painted them red, and I only painted the Dutch doors red on the back. because you'll be able to see both of those. And here's my fancy trim again, just 1/4 inch strips of white cardstock. And I trimmed it out with the big X's on the doors and then all around the big squares. And this is what they look like when they're all done. I glued the deer head into the box, and I also glued the antlers onto the house so that it wouldn't move. This is how I fixed my problem with my doors being too narrow. I just applied some Jenga blocks on the inside so that I could hot glue the bottom portion onto the house. And I also glued the doors in so that they look like they're just open and the deer is looking outside. Then I made a sign on top of the barn. I found a Rudolph font, and I used my print and cut feature in my Cricut. I'll leave the link for the font below. And this is pretty much what it looks like when it's all complete. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you aren't a subscriber, please consider doing so. I'll be back again next time with another cute video.